Hello YouTube, this is Thomas Judge back once again with another installment of my weekly segment, Valiant till the last. This video is going to be short and sweet in that I'll be talking about a Valiant comic book series from 2020 that has not been collected in a deluxe edition and is very unlikely to be collected in a deluxe edition. Today we're looking at the follow-up to the one we looked at last week, which was Quantum and Woody 2017-2018, and now we're looking at Quantum and Woody, the four-issue miniseries from 2020. Yes, that's right, it's only 4 issues long, and it was published in 2020, the year of the COVID-19 pandemic. Written by Christopher Hastings and Ryan Brown, this is just not very good. It's 4 issues with slightly wacky artwork. It's that got kind of like overly cartoonish artwork with slightly bulbous artwork, very caricature lettering with a lot of the words and the text being in different colors and different fonts and larger sizes. The entire story itself is it's not horrific, but a lot of the framing around it is just terrible. So, for example, it's starts every issue with a page of texts and tweets that people have sent, and it's really very cringe. In a lot of ways, this very much typifies everything that I was worried Quantum Woody was going to be when I started reading Quantum Woody comics, in that it's trying to be wacky and cool and zany and relevant and down with the kids and talking about Instagram and lols and whatever sort of slang people text or tweet with. And in so doing, it just dates itself horrifically, really badly out of the gate. It tries lampshading some of this by like pointing out that it's trying to be funny and trying to be satirical. And some of the villains even have monologues where they talk about the fact they're having monologues. It's it's just not good. It's overall relatively amateurish, both in its writing as well as its art. I don't have anything really complimentary to say about it in terms of that. In terms of the overall storyline, there were some kernels of good ideas here, some very small nuggets of things, including sort of the final page of the fourth and final issue, which touches on a concept which I guess has some mileage if they did it properly. Having said that, it also introduces lots of stupid things throughout, which really, if nothing else, they kind of feel out of continuity, they feel jarring, and they feel like things that I really don't want to be part of the Quantum Woody and the Valiant universe. Because they just kind of undercut previous things that have been established in the Quantum Woody series, also sort of wider afield as well. That's all I have to say. If you're going to read this, and I guess if you're this far into my series, you are reading everything, then it's a 4 issue Quantum Woody series. Here are the 4 covers. It's collected in a trade paperback called, I think it's called something Earth's Last Choice or something like that. Um, Not very good, not very well written. Internal artwork is a bit too cartoonish and caricatured for my taste, and overall, yeah, it kind of ends on a jarring cliffhanger as well, which feels to me really like it's kind of symptomatic of this late era Valiant comics. And by late era, I mean post the 2018 DMG takeover, at the point where a lot of Valiant series, especially from this era, just don't really make a huge amount of sense to me. Ninjak was the same, just a kind of short, truncated series with weird art, poorly thought writing, and just ending mid arc with the intention that they're going to continue again at a later point. It's been 3 years. I don't see Quantum Woody continuing. So, yeah, I guess we've bottomed out here and hit the end of the Quantum and Woody thread of comics. For next time and next week's comic, we're going to be diving back into deluxe editions, and specifically, I want to dive into the Shadowman universe for the first time. So, what we're looking at is Shadowman Deluxe Edition Volume 1, which admittedly is very hard to get hold of. I, of course, have the deluxe edition, and we'll be doing a Skycam overhead shot of that deluxe edition whilst I talk through it and I fill you all in on what I think. Shadowman's something I've been kind of dreading getting into for a while, mainly because, as a general rule of thumb, I don't like fantasy. I don't like horror. I don't like the supernatural. Not because I'm scared of it. I mean, genuinely, I just find it dull and tedious. I'm much more of a science sort of person. That said, Valiant surprised me in the past, so let's see how the Shadowman section of the comic universe for Valiant, which is the final section of hardcovers we have left, let's see how I feel about that next week. All right, thanks for watching, everybody. As always, please like, comment, subscribe. As always, please follow me on Twitter at I am Thomas Judge, where I will post a daily review of whatever comics I've been reading. You can get an idea of what I'm up to on the channel. And as always, please support the channel by heading over to Amazon.com and checking out my prose novel about superheroes. It's a completely original piece of work. The first episode in it is called Arrivals, and the series as a whole is called No Gods or Kings. You can find an excerpt of that on my website, nogodsorkings.com. Until next time, everybody, stay classy.